Welcome, everybody, to the weekly Barnes to Big Leagues with Dirty and the Chief podcast, grassroots grit to pro level passion. We'll be here every week discussing the NHL, junior hockey, local kids hockey, and kind of see where we evolve to and what kind of good conversation we can stimulate up. I'll be here weekly as the Chief, and I'll be here with my good buddy Jesse, Dirty Pucker.
All right. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dirty Pucker, big hockey guy. Love watching the Leafs. Also, I'm a hockey dad. I play beer league, men's league hockey. I love following stats. I love the grit. I love the passion. I love getting in the corners. Back to you, Chief.
All right, so Jesse, tell me about your kid's game up in Meaford last week.
Yeah, so my son, he plays for the Oro Thunder U13 D2. And yeah, we traveled up for an away game there in Meaford. And minor hockey, total, it's a different animal. And I don't know how many parents or people who are viewing this are into the minor hockey who commit themselves to it. It is a big deal. So going to these games and travel, you got to prepare. These kids prepare. We get to the rink an hour before. They're working out. They're warming up. They're pumping their blood, getting the tunes going. Kids are pumped. Parents are pumped. Get to the ice and yeah, like just minor hockey, right? Like these kids have so much passion and they want to win so bad. And it was a rough game for sure. I mean, we did get shut out 3-0 actually against Meaford. And the team's still figuring each other out. The chemistry, this was our second game.
I
Still
was
figuring out
just
the
about to say
chemistry,
it's so early in the year still. There's lots of kinks to be worked out, right? So
figuring out the lot like the lines and doing some adjustments and getting it going. But the coaches are doing a great job. The referees are doing the best they can, and I know parents give them crap, and coaches give them crap, players are giving them crap. The refs are doing the best they can, and yeah, it was a good game, hard fought game. Boys fell short, and we can only learn from there, right? And that's the important thing. So take the positives from the loss, and they got to grow from there. But beautiful thing to watch minor hockey, watch the passion, watch the grit, and big hearts out there, big hearts.
right on. So Jesse, answer me one question here. You've been in the system now. You played minor hockey. You have four kids in the hockey system. You've been a coach. You are obviously a parent. Watching your kid at some of your games. What's the difference like being behind the bench versus being in the stands?
Um,
What's the whole experience like? Like,
being behind the bench, you're so into the game. You're at the ref's ears. You're questioning calls. Your kids coming off the ice, and you're pumping kids up or bad play, but you got to find the positive to reinforce those kids, right? And be like, next time this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna execute, and this is how we're gonna do this. And we're just teaching the kids and hoping that they learn. And that's the biggest thing. And I've seen other coaches who are hard benching players as they forget it's minor hockey, right? And we're here to teach and we're here to make them better as a team, as people. And I think that gets forgotten a lot in minor hockey. And it's hard to watch. And I've made adjustments myself. I came in as a hard hitting coach, wanting expectations and wanting all this. And then it took time to realize you got to stand back and just realize this is kids and we got to grow and develop the game. We're creating the next generation of players, right?
I I think that's where it gets lost is as adults. I think we stop growing and we forget that we have to learn to be a coach just like the kids
Yeah,
learning to play hockey. So we should be growing together instead of
yeah,
growing
absolutely.
separately, right? So
And then for parents on the thing, my biggest thing is like, I used to be that parent, that dad, like yelling, like, get in there, Austin, blah, 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 move your feet. Come on, get in there, get in there. But like this year and last year, I've really taken a step back. I've gone quiet, just watching the game, enjoying the game. Let the coaches coach and just watch the game. But the biggest thing is let the coaches coach. You know how confused those kids get when your coach is telling you one thing and then you look up to your dad or your mom and they're telling you another thing.
I
Kids, who do I listen to?
I played minor hockey 25, 30 years ago, and it was the same thing then, and it's the same thing now. So
Yeah,
nothing is changing. Like
and I unfortunately I don't think it ever will, but I think it's important to bring that message across, right? And it took me time to learn that and own that and be a strong believer in that.
I would agree. As your buddy, knowing you for a while, I would say
Yeah,
you're a different hockey parent today than you were when Austin first started
uh,
playing. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yes, man. Now, you were telling me a story the other day about your kid cherry picking out at the other team's blue line.
Oh yes,
But
yes, we were talking
let's
about
go into the story of how it happened and what your reaction in the moment as a father watching your kid play hockey
that. Yeah,
versus the conversation you guys had in the car on the way home after the game was over.
yeah, exactly. That is a good thing to touch on there. So yeah, we were watching that game in Meaford, and I did forget to just bring this up, but yeah, we were watching the game, and we were getting smothered in our defensive zone. And my kid, if I haven't said it already, he plays on the wing. So what they had is the coach, I guess, had told them, and me being a parent on the other side of the rink watching, I didn't know this. They had him kind of go up to the other team's blue line when we're in our own zone, so that they're pulling the defenseman out because we were struggling on our breakout. So up the boards to your winger and then your centerman pass. We were struggling. So I guess, and I'm watching. I thought my son was just getting greedy. Like I'm sitting there, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's at the blue line, but he pulled both those defensemen back to him. I've never used this tactic when I was coaching. So it's just a different coach, different mindset. And so I'm thinking in my head, like, what are you doing, kid? What are you doing? Get back in there, help your D man, help them. Let's get the puck out. So, anyways, he's done it a couple times throughout the game, and he almost got a breakaway pass, missed it. It was icing. So yeah, after the game, we get in the car, we're driving home, long hour and a half drive home because in his hockey it's big travel. And like, dude, what were you doing cherry picking like that? Like, that is insane. This is rep hockey. This isn't house league. Like, what is this? Like, God, the coach told me to do that. I'm like, for real? So, yeah, he wanted me to pull those defensemen out so that my centerman, my other winger, could pull those players. I mean, like pull the puck out, and I had the defensive way up there, so they had time to make that pass and get set up, and it was working. Unfortunately, they fell short that game. But I mean, I was like, wow, did that ever work? And that was crazy.
I mean, I can go back and think when I was probably 14 or 15, maybe even a little younger, 12 or 13, when the red line became no red line and two line passing.
All the
It disappeared. And I
yeah,
remember going to watch our local junior A hockey team, the Newmarket Hurricanes, and quite frequently on the power play specifically, they would always have that extra winger like floating up in the neutral zone, just waiting for that moment to catch that pass and take off. Like, and I mean, let's be honest with each other. We told everyone in the introduction, we're from Toronto. We are Leafs fans, unfortunately. Um, but I mean, we have the best guy in the league at it. William Nylander does it
that
better
was
than
just
anybody in the NHL, and he scores at a high clip. And when he's executing that play, like,
yeah, chief.
so it's hard.
Last
It's
season, last season, Nylander did that so many times, and it was unreal. And I was like, how can you get away with that in the NHL? Like that's
I
crazy.
want to say it was like 8 or 9 times that he actually scored
Yeah,
doing it. And he probably missed another 15, 20 of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
couple icings or whatever, but
Whatever
wow,
it
to
was,
pull
right?
that
Like,
off in NHL. I just remember doing it when I would do it in minor hockey, or if another player was doing it. Coach is yelling at you, saying, "Don't be cherry picking. Get in there, work for that puck, and get that puck out." So I guess maybe just my background where I came from, that was not the thing.
no, and it
Where
wasn't
in
where I
my
came from either. Like, I came
yeah,
from the same place you came from, man. We worked hard at practice. If we didn't play well that night, man, we skated. There was a puke bucket in the middle of the rink, and
yeah,
that was how hockey was. Like, we were body checking from the time we were, 10-year-old kids. There was no, hey, no contact till you're 18, and which, by the way, we can touch on this in another segment, but that is so incredibly dangerous to wait. until people are fully
Yeah,
developed and very strong human beings, where you have very big people and very small people, and you're introducing a physical aspect to a game that's never had it. When we were kids, we learned. We went to hitting schools and we skated through checking pads on the boards. And when you're 10, everyone's relatively close to the same size, so it's a very fair playing field to get started on it.
actually, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's U15 now.
Okay,
U15. So yeah, about 14 is when they introduce hitting. And I'm not sure if it's just for rep or if it's house league and rep. I could
I'm
look
gonna
into
go
that
out on a limb
more.
and say it's just rep, not hip sleep.
I'll look into that more, and I think maybe we can touch on that and like the dangers
Absolutely,
of that because I agree
100%.
with what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's look into that, and maybe we'll touch on that too. But yeah, no, that's a great point.